Hello everybody. In today's video of Banking Explained, I will discuss opening a checking account. As a banker, I advise people on this particular product all the time. So today I will give you all the information you need to get started with a checking account. You can either open your account at a traditional bank or you can open it online. There are essentially no differences in the process between the two, but there are some advantages that one offers but not the other. I will briefly talk about those differences. The first thing you'll need in order to open a checking account is some identifying document. That means either your driver's license, a state ID, or a passport. You will also need to provide your social security number. Banks don't need to see your actual social security card, so as long as you remember the number, you'll be okay. Many banks will also ask for your mother's maiden name. The fourth piece of information the banks will ask for is a proof of address. As long as your ID has your current address, you are okay. But if your address is outdated, then the bank will ask that you provide a proof of address, such as a utility bill. Once you have provided this information, the next step is to choose the right checking account for you. There are some questions that you should have in the back of your mind when choosing an account. They are: what is the minimum starting deposit? That means how much money do you need in order to open an account? Based on my research, I've found that online banks tend to require a smaller starting deposit than traditional banks do. Online banks, however, tend to require that the deposit be made by transferring funds from another account, which makes it difficult if you've never had an account before. The second question to ask is, what is the minimum balance requirement? This means how much money does the account have to have at all times? This is an important question to ask because there are fees for not maintaining this minimum. Generally, online banks and community banks tend to offer accounts that have no minimum balance requirements. Larger banks tend not to offer no minimum balance accounts, or if they do, other requirements such as direct deposit have to be met. So, if you're someone who currently doesn't have a steady job, or your employer doesn't offer direct deposit, then going with a big bank may not be for you. You should consider opening an account with a community bank, a credit union, or an online bank. If you decide to go for an account that has a minimum balance requirement, because these accounts generally come with additional perks, then you should find out what the fees are for falling below this requirement. The next question to ask is, are there any monthly maintenance fees? Based on my experience, banks have stopped charging these because customers got fed up and refused to pay fees for no apparent service provided. Banks have, however, started introducing the monthly statement fee if you choose to receive paper statements. These are easily avoided by signing up for e-statements, which is exactly what banks want because it costs them money to print statements. Another good question to ask is, what are the overdraft charges? We all like to think that we'll never overdraw our account, but it happens more than you think, especially with so many companies preferring to sign you up with auto payments. It's easy to forget about these and only find out when you see that the account is negative. Once you have answers to these questions, you will know whether you prefer a no minimum balance account or an account that offers benefits, such as interest. All checking accounts come with additional products that are both optional and free. These are debit cards and online banking. Debit cards are great because they allow you to make purchases without carrying cash. Online banking offers many benefits such as viewing your balance, paying bills, and transferring money to your other accounts. Finally, there is one more thing to keep in mind when opening a checking account. All banks will run something called the check systems. This is basically a report that shows your previous banking history. If you've never had an account before, then it will show up blank and the bank will have no issues opening an account for you. But if you owe money to other banks, then the bank that pulls this report will see that and may choose not to open an account for you. This is not a credit report, however, so your credit score will not be affected by this report. And there you have it. This is all the information you need in order to get started with a checking account. If you found this video useful, please subscribe to my channel for more videos just like it. Also, please take a moment to comment down below telling me about your recent experience opening a bank account and what that was like.